Welcome back to WWE 2K15 2K Showcase CM Punk John Cena Night of Champions in Boston, Massachusetts. So heel CM Punk in what should be John Cena's hometown, nearby, that kind of thing. Let's go. And so, you might think that this would put the crowd firmly in the corner of John Cena, but you know how that went sometimes. It didn't always go that well. But here we are, Paul Heyman in the corner of CM Punk. It's clobbering time. Where's the announcers here? It's clobbering time. No, nothing, no dialogue, nothing.
We still have no explanation from Paul Heyman as to what his relationship is with CM Punk.
Yeah, but we do know that CM Punk is tired of all the attention in the WWE allegedly going to John Cena and The Rock, or Brock Lesnar and Triple H.
And yes, that is 100% fair that your champion should be the center of your attention on your broadcast, because he is your world heavyweight champion. And when he is being outshined and put lower on the card than a Brock Lesnar, Triple H, and a John Cena and The Rock, then sure, you also would be salty if you were considered the champion, and you should be the top guy in the company. So there's always that. I get it, man. Look, that is a actual legitimate grievance, and so therefore he is now a heel with Paul Heyman. But is he really, when you think about it? Like, look, the best heels are ones that have a good point, they're just dicks about it. So, you know, that's logic, man. Wrestling logic. It's like, yeah, well, he's technically right, but just don't be a jerk about it. But that's the heel thing, right? It's very, very logical in a certain way. But, of course, John Cena, being John Cena, comes out after the champion, when the champion should always come out last, because that's how wrestling should work, at least in my eyes, in terms of showing reverence to who should be the top man on your brand, on any company, when he is the champion of the world. But John Cena is John Cena, so that was a lot of the disdain towards John Cena was in that particular capacity. He feels great, folks.
Time to go to work.
But where is your, like, ring announcer here saying, coming to the ring, where is
Ladies and gentlemen,
Roberts
John
doing
Cena has the 4th longest combined days as WWE champion in history.
Yeah, and tonight, in front of his hometown crowd in Boston, Cena tries to extend that number.
Usually, you're going to have your guy there in the ring, Justin Roberts, doing that before they do their little spiel with Cole and Lawler, but, you know, what I do know is it's time to get down to it, and we know that this title is not leaving the hands of CM Punk until he loses to The Rock at the Royal Rumble in 2013. And it's still 2012, so the 434-day reign continues.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest set for one fall is for the WWE Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing 251 pounds, John Cena. And his opponent from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 218 pounds, he is the current WWE Champion, CM Punk.
The WWE title is nearly 50 years old. It went into effect in April 1963 with Buddy Rogers as the first champion.
Yeah, and only the greatest along the way have held the title, including names like Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, Bob Backlund, superstar Billy Graham, and of course, John Cena.
And of course, John Cena, because you can't not mention John Cena. But that was perhaps, oh, I'm playing as John Cena. That was perhaps the weakest Justin Roberts introduction there for John. Like, he didn't even do that. Like, it was no, it's John Cena. That was lame. Lame. But also, we know Punk's not losing here, so yeah. There is that. We know these things on this epic 434-day run as I do some chain wrestling, even though the crowd will chant that I can't wrestle, because, you know, John Cena. Anyway, back into the modern day, though, we know that at the Arthur Ashe Stadium show next week with AEW, that CM Punk will be in action against member of Team Taz, Powerhouse Hobbs. And personally, I would preferred Punk versus Ricky Starks, but you know, there's that. Now, I'm hoping that Punk is indeed in that Bret Hart role where he can get a guy like Hobbs who has a lot of potential, a lot of talent, a lot of raw skill, but he's a little bit on the green side, that he can carry Hobbs to a great match. Because Hobbs is good, but he's not great yet. And I'm sure he'll get there, but he's not quite there at the moment. So we'll see next week on a big show at the largest ever audience for AEW, with 18,000 strong there in Queens. It should be an interesting bit of business. But yes, they're taping that next week. And they're also taping Rampage at a 2-hour Rampage. And my PTSD goes off there. I'm like, oh no. Like, they started Raw at 2 hours. And there were a handful of special Raws that were 3 hours. And they decided, oh, let's just make it that all the time. And I'm like, no, I like a 1-hour Rampage. Please keep Rampage at 1 hour. Don't go, oh no, now Rampage is 2. And I'm like, please. That'd be 4 hours every Friday between SmackDown and Rampage. I don't want that. Just give me 1 hour. It's great. So, yes, that's kind of the thing there. Whoops, I gotta do my 5-knuckle shuffle here. I keep forgetting that I am Cena and not CM Punk. So, that is an important distinction to do. You can't see no. And it got reversed. Because why wouldn't it? Because CM Punk is the best in the world. So why wouldn't it get reversed? Anyhow, yes, that is the plan for that show next week. Should be a huge deal. Also, they are going to the Omega and Bryan thing non-title on Dynamite next week. That's kind of a big deal. But, of course, people are like, why rush it, you know? But I'm like, look, it's their biggest show ever. Of course, you're going to book your biggest match ever on your biggest show ever in front of the biggest audience they've ever had for anything for AEW. That's just common sense. So yes, it does seem rushed, but it's non-title. And also, for me personally, of all the dream matches for Daniel Bryan being in a non-WWE context, that's not, for me, that's not the biggest one. For me, Bryan and Okada is like, that's the match I want badly. And I'm sure they'll get there eventually, but not quite there just yet. So sure, do Bryan and Omega, non-title, run that story for the moment, and see how things go with that. Also, I want to do my do. I want to do that do to critically damage CM Punk here and win this match, or get DQ'd, or, you know. The finish is not the finish, because we know now, in hindsight, that it's not going to be John Cena being the 11-time world champion.
Oh, but look out. CM Punk has the ropes, and what's he going to do here? Whoa, look out. Punk, out on the floor. Hard.
And now the key is, what does Cena do? The referee has begun the count on CM Punk. John Cena. Cena's not going to do this.
Incoming.
Cena gets a suicide dive.
Cena launches himself through the ropes and takes out CM Punk.
Yeah, Punk landing hard on the mat. Whoa, wait a minute. Look at Cena. Yeah, Heyman, you can't see me.
I did definitely appreciate the era of Cena where he was like, he was actually trying to improve his moveset. Like, actually, like, all right, I'm gonna get better, you guys. You say I didn't mean to do that. If the fans keep saying that I can't wrestle, I'm gonna prove them wrong. And that was, you know, good to see. As someone who loves the business, was good times. So we're at what now? Defeat CM Punk. Okay. Well, that should be interesting. If my only goal now is to defeat CM Punk, I'm gonna need another attitude adjustment. So let me just dance on for a hot second here and get to that. Your time is up, and my time is now. My time is now. All right, so drag CM Punk into the center so I can do my beardness here, my 5 moves of doom, if you will. I had 6. It was that weird back elbow thing, the weird punch thing. That was introduced for the, yeah, all right. Yep. What it do, what it does, and what it don't.
Oh, look at this. Punk's got Cena. Go to sleep. Punk. That's it. Gonna put Cena away. Cena kicks out. What? How did John Cena kick out of that?
John
A picture-perfect GTS delivered by that man, CM Punk, and somehow Cena survives. Look at Punk. Is he praying? Is he looking for some kind of divine intervention?
He can't believe it, King. Neither can I.
Boy, CM Punk is frustrated. He can't wait for Cena to get back to his feet. He wants to finish Cena off again. Here we go.
Look at the rock bottom.
The rock bottom.
From Punk to Cena. And now Cena kicks out.
It's been time for Punk to finish off Cena, but it just hasn't happened.
What do I have to do to put away Big Match John? Get Punk into the corner. Alright, well, look. I'd like to. He currently has his Sig here and is doing the chops there. But, you know, if I could actually get to myself to actually reverse a thing for once, that'd be nice. Falcon Arrow would be cool. But right now, it's not going so well. So I'm currently... There we go. There we go. Made it easy for me.
Oh, look at this.
Man, this has been an incredible match, King. Absolutely incredible match.
What's Cena got in mind here? Placing Punk up on that top rope. Oh, but no, Punk fighting back.
It has been so even since the beginning. Back and forth we go.
Over. Nope.
Oh, man, superplex. Shoulders down. He got him. Cena.
It's not a superplex.
What a victory for John Cena.
Here is your winner and new WWE Champion, John Cena.
A big suplex off that top rope. Punk landing right on the back of his head, and look at this. And listen to this crowd. What a moment.
That was not what happened.
John Cena with the... Wait a minute. What is the referee doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, both competitors' shoulders were on the mat for a count of 3. This match is a draw. Therefore, still your WWE Champion, CM Punk.
You gotta be kidding me.
What? Both competitors' shoulders were down for a count of 3.
Oh!
And still.
I'm in shock. I can't believe this. CM Punk, after a draw, is still the champion.
But also that was not a superplex. That was like a top rope German. Which will bring us to the Monster Ryback Hell in a Cell referee Brad Maddox. That's going to be tomorrow to end our week here with this showcase. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here. I'll see you next time. And I'm out.